YouTubers. I did try and tell myself that I wouldn't do another vlog until I have the title screen open and made, because I'm upgrading my YouTube a little bit. I'm going to draw, so it's going to be a very bad drawing, but I might use some stickers as well of maybe what I want it to look like because I've got some princess stickers that I can use up. I might just do that. Just make a nice picture and leave the words blank, because it's going to be welcome to my channel. It'll say, then underneath that will be the one that's going to leave blank, because each week I'm going to stick another piece of paper over it about what the video is going to be. Like vlog or diet update, or it'll just be those two, won't it? Then I'll do another one which will read, thank you for watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, with a nice picture as well. So I'll have a nice picture as, well, nice to me, picture as my opening one, and then a nice picture as my ending one, every time I do a video. I'm going to try and work on that one next week. Talking about next week, I'll tell you the plan. Next week, starting from tomorrow, I'm going to be at my mum's. I've been at my mum's on and off for, well, the last time I was at my mum's was 3 weeks ago. But we did it this way because it's my nephew's birthday next week. So he wants a barbecue, even though, looking at the weather, it's more going to be an inside barbecue. He's invited nearly everyone. Me, my brother Stevie, his wife Claire, my sister-in-law, sister Amy, my sister-in-law's sister Amy, I was just working out in my head, his dad, his mum, my mum, my nana, my granddad. I think that's it, I think. I can't remember if there's any more. For Ethan, to come to Ethan and my mum's house for a barbecue. I do apologise, Ethan, but I've forgotten when your birthday is. So that's going to happen one day this week. Tomorrow's plan is out the window because of what I heard today. You know how the virus is still going around? I don't have it. But I spoke to my mum today, who has spoken to my brother Stevie. And my brother Stevie woke up on Friday feeling terrible. He was coughing, sneezing, and had a bit of a fever. Amy, my sister-in-law's sister, works for the NHS. She's a nurse. So, rightly so, he got tested. So now it's a waiting game. Because it takes a couple of days, because he was only tested yesterday. So it takes a couple of days to get the results. But he feels a lot better now. A lot better. And that's why we think it was just a cold. Because that only lasts a couple of days. But it had me scared today. I was even in tears before that. Because I've heard about the virus before speaking to my mum. Once you get it, you have to go to hospital and you don't come out. But that's not true. If Stevie did have it, then he would have to quarantine himself with Amy and Claire. Because Amy stays with Stevie and Claire because it's closer to her work. So all three of them would have to be quarantined for 14 days to make sure that everyone was okay. And then they'll probably have to get tested again after those 14 days. But because he feels a lot better today, me and my mum both think it was just the cold. But it's scary when it's someone in your family. That might have it. Because honestly, I thought it was going to be me. I don't wear a mask, and I will never wear a mask. I got good reasons. It's not that that's uncomfortable on me, it's because when I do wear one, it goes up to my eyes. And I don't like anything that close to my eyes, so that it makes me uncomfortable. But I have the badge on me all the time to explain it. But I have tried so many times. But saying that, there is the proper mask I'm willing to try, which is like ovalish, circle-ish, and it's meant to be better for you anyway. The ones like the builders use. That one I'm willing to try. Because the annoying thing about the rectangular ones is that my glasses get steamed up as well. People say that you can put the glasses on top, but that means the mask is near my eyes and it freaks me out. I almost had a meltdown today. I was so close. I was busy making myself I don't even know what you call it, late lunch, early dinner. Because I was after my support left, and my support left around 3. Basically, I was making myself burgers, bacon, and sausages, basically, types of meat. Because that's what I fancied. And as I was cooking the burgers, the fire alarm kept going off. Even though the back door was open and the fan. I went off once. I thought that's going to fucking annoy me, and I did the whole towel trick. And it didn't work, so I decided to put up with it. Went off a second time. I was getting really annoyed at this point because it's really high pitched as well. On the third time, I actually screamed at it. Like, shut up. I actually screamed at it. And then it did eventually stop. It only went off because of the smoke, from the smoke of the burgers. I might not make burgers again now. I'm sick of that going off because it went off 3 times. I've been thinking a lot about the future and what does that entail, and because I've been thinking about upgrading my home, and I don't see myself moving out of this place unless it's with my next partner and hopefully my forever partner, whoever he may be. Because I have no one on the horizon at the minute. I don't fancy anyone. I just don't want to go to anyone that's connected to anything. Because I've done it twice where I went out with someone connected to something I did, like a drama group or a group with other people with disabilities. Basically, I was connected to a group and I went out with someone and then it didn't work out, but I still had to see that person. So I ended up leaving. So that's why it never worked out. That's why it would never work out me going out with someone who would go to a group with. So I'm trying to find someone that I don't do a group with. But it's not working. Anyway, like I said, I was thinking about the future. But I was also thinking about the past as well. But all the weddings I've been to and the funerals I've been to. And I'm lucky. I've only known, actually, I've known 3 people, but I've went to 3 funerals. It gets a little complicated. I'll tell you the funerals I've been to, where the people have died. When I was about 15, I think. Either 13, 14 or 15, I can't remember how young I was, but I was still in school. I was still in middle school, I remember that. I was still going to Amble Middle, so it was before Collingwood, so it's before I was diagnosed, it was before I was 13. That my mum's mum, my nana, my great grandma, called Davis, Nana Davis, who is my mum's mum, my great grandma, who I used to go to hers, because my mum and dad were still at work after school, and if she was tired or anything, I went to my cousins sometimes, but mostly I went to hers. I'm fiddling with this because I'm going to tell you a story. Well, it's not really a story, it's true. It's a memory. It must have been the odd time I was allowed to go home instead of my nana's or my cousins. Either that or it was a weekend. Might have been the weekend. Because I was at home. And watching telly. Like I always do. I love my telly. And then my dad comes in. So my mum and dad were still together back then. And he says, "Has your mum spoken to you yet?" I was like, "No." And he says, "Okay, why don't we just wait until your mum comes home? I'll phone you." It's like, "Okay." So I continue watching telly. Then, not long after, the phone rings and I answer, and it's my mum. And she says, "There's something I need to tell you." I'm like, "Okay." "It's your nana." I'm like, "Okay." "She passed away. She died." I'm like, "Okay." I wasn't phased. I wanted to go back to my telly. Mum's like, okay, so everyone is at your cousin's house if you want to go there, but it's up to you. And only because everyone else was there, I decided to go there. It wasn't that far from my house, a good 15-20 minute walk from my house. And then we all met up there and we chatted. And that's how I found out about that Nana. I did not go to that funeral because I was too young. Mum wouldn't let me. She didn't want me to be exposed to that young. And I don't know if I was diagnosed or not with my autism just yet. But she didn't want me to go. Well, never did my dad. So I didn't. Instead I spent time with my best friend at the time, called Natasha, or Tasha, I used to call her. And so yeah, just spent the day with her instead. The next stuff hurt me more because I was older. That was my Nana Davis. No, Barlow. That was my Nana Barlow. I don't know how far along the line she was, but like I can't even remember how far. Yeah, like I say, like how far down the line she was. But she was 2 to 3 weeks shy of being 100. That's how close to being 100 she was. She was a tough old bird, people would say. Last time I saw her was when she celebrated her 95th before this one. And I did go to that funeral with the rest of my family, and I did cry. Especially when Mum got up and said her speech. Because I was there to help Mum. Because both my 3 brothers had girlfriends with them. Apart from Stevie, he wasn't comfortable in going, so he didn't. But my other 2 did go, and they had girlfriends. I'm kind of glad I was there for Mum because we helped each other through it. So that was one funeral I've been to, but the second person I knew. The next funeral I went to, I didn't know at all. At all. But my boyfriend at the time knew her. It was his grandmother had died. He wanted me to be there because I was seeing him. But I felt uncomfortable because I didn't even know the woman. So I was there because of him. He was in the family car that goes at the beginning. It goes the family car, then the hearse. He was in the family car. He wanted me to be in the family car, but I think the only people that go in the family car, the family, or married to the family. And I wasn't married to the family. I was just going out with one of the family members. So then I helped out with tissues and everything to all the family, and I didn't cry once at that one because I didn't know her. Actually, scratch that. I did cry a little bit. I did cry a little bit, but that was after the funeral because it reminded me of my Nana's funeral. And the final funeral I've been to was my mum's friend, but I knew her as well, called Jen, and that was just last year, no, the beginning of this year. Yeah, it was the beginning of this year. I knew her because Mum loves to introduce her friends to her family because her friends become family. And that's what Jen was. She became family. Not like, I don't even know they were sisters per se, but they were close family. And I knew her. Not personally, but I knew her. So I did cry that funeral so much because I missed her. I just wish I could have known her a bit more. She was only in her 30s, like me. No, yeah, she was only a couple years older than me. I think she was only like 39, and it wasn't the virus. It was to do with heart problems and that. Cause she's always had heart problems all her life. After that, we went for well, I had to get home, so I got the bus. Mum had to go home because she had to do some work, and yeah, and those are the funerals I've been to. So I have no idea what the plans are for next week. I think what I think is gonna happen is that, like the other weeks that I've stayed at my mum's, diet, looking at meal plans, eating less at mum's, and the usual stuff basically that I used to do, which is mostly watching YouTube while mum works upstairs and Ethan's on his Xbox upstairs. And then we all have lunch together, then we all have dinner together. And then me and mum will probably watch Grey's Anatomy, then bed, and Ethan normally goes back on his Xbox. I think that's what the plan is, and if Stevie, Claire and Amy do get the results, well, they will get the results, just when they get the results, they're going to come up. And whenever that may be, is when the plans will change and we'll do other things. I don't know if it's going to be the full week, and if it is going to be the full week, but I don't see that happening because I had to get the time off work to come up here, and I would have to phone Steve anyway and tell Steve, do not put anyone in the shit. Yeah, this is a last minute change of plans because of my brother. So I thought I was coming home on the 24th. But if they're going to come for a week and come in like an extra day or so, that means I'll have to stay at my mum's an extra day or so. So I don't want to miss out a single second, minute, hour, day of seeing them. Because it's been a long time since I last saw them. It was New Year last time I saw them, because he went to Ireland for Christmas last year, and then Mum's for New Year. Shit, I've been talking for a long time. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to call this. I don't even know what to call this. You know what? That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know what. No, I've already called one. I don't know what to call this. Change of plans? Because I can't remember if I called it that. Or just my life. Yeah, I'll call it that. My life. With a lot of question marks. Thank you for watching and sticking with me for this long. Like, comment, subscribe. I honestly don't care anymore if you subscribe or not. If I get the subscribers or not. I've been trying to fight it and push for to get more subscribers, but like get to my goal of 300, and then I'll be happy because I like having a whole number. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, subscribe if you want to, like if you want to, dislike it if you want to. But yeah, I'm gonna call it my life and a lot of question marks. Maybe the confused face. But I've got to go because my batteries look running low. Love yous.